Zack Snyder's Flashpoint Batman actor finally gets confirmed 2 years after the DCEU ended. Pump the brakes. Not entirely accurate.
Did you have it in your head when you cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne that, hey, eventually this guy could play a Flashpoint version of Batman? Was that ever a thought?
Listen.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, of course, who played Thomas Wayne, and then of course you have Lauren Cohen, who was playing Martha, and we only saw all them at the beginning, but this has to do with like being cast in that world, and then naturally, what was that supposedly going to be leading to was a Flashpoint kind of movie. Obviously, Jeffrey Dean Morgan was going to be playing the Flashpoint Batman, which would have been so awesome to see, and he would have fit perfectly when it came to that. But this is recently when, I guess, or Den of Geek, they posted this right here, this interview with them.
Was it Zack Snyder's purpose to kind of play a joke on people by having you both play Thomas and Martha Wayne, or was it like your suggestion or something like that at that point?
Yeah.
That was the first time we'd ever met or worked together. Truthfully, Zack was going to do more movies, and that I think that there was a time when Flashpoint Batman would have seen these two characters in a much bigger role, and that was part of the Zack world of all of it. And then that never got a chance to do that, unfortunately. But it was the first time that Lauren and I met. I remember meeting her, and she had just started The Walking Dead, and I was a huge fan. So I remember peppering her with a lot of questions about The Walking Dead. I think Zack luckily put us together. I don't know why or how, other than maybe thinking into the future what could happen. I think that's Gimple, because maybe more of the joke is him casting us opposite each other. Yeah.
People were saying like stuff like, especially right here, where Zack Snyder's Flashpoint Batman actor finally gets confirmed 2 years after the DCEU ended. And also the individual who posted that was saying like, oh yeah, Zack Snyder intentionally cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan because he knew that, oh yeah, it was eventually going to get to that Flashpoint Batman, so it would be perfect. And I went, pump the brakes. Not entirely accurate. I'm sorry guys, that I'm one of those guys that go like, well, here's the facts though. It's like the Harry Lennox situation when it comes to the Snyderverse, okay? I know guys, I'm gonna be that guy, but this is what's really brilliant about the whole thing. This is what's so cool about everything. Is like, when you cast somebody like, for instance, Harry Lennox, you cast him in Man of Steel, all right? And he was not supposed to be Martian Manhunter in Man of Steel, but then when you lead into BVS, and then you're seeing the fan theories and hearing the fan theories, you go, oh my God, that actually fits. That actually could fit very well, and it fit very well. Originally, Harry Lennox was not cast to be Martian Manhunter at the beginning, just like Jeffrey Dean was not cast as to be that Flashpoint Batman right at the beginning, but as time went on and the story started, oh yeah, maybe we could do this, it would have fit perfectly. And the reason why I know this is because I asked Zack himself.
Did you have it in your head when you cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne that, hey, eventually this guy could play a Flashpoint version of Batman? Was that ever a thought?
Listen, I'm going to say, I'll be honest, I don't think it was.
Okay.
Although I will say that I love Jeffrey Dean, and I cast him because I liked the idea that Thomas Wayne was like a bit of a tough guy, like not a pushover, right? And kind of maybe it's part of the reason, I think that I like also the duality of that might have been the reason why they got shot, was that he didn't give his wallet right away. Like, he tried to fight back a little bit, which I think also is like a thing that has haunted Bruce in some ways. Like, cause like I did that shot where, Jeffrey Dean makes the fist, right? Mm-hmm. And it looks like he's gonna try and punch him, that's right in front of the kid. And I thought that was like a pretty, that's like a pivotal sort of moment for Bruce. How do you confront violence that's like completely, life altering and and unfeeling and merciless, you know, like you have to sort of become that yourself a little bit. So it's kind of anyway, not to go on a tangent, but
I love it.
but yeah, no, but when I did hear about that, I was like, oh, that seems like an easy.
He's perfect. I mean, you had him at comedian, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, clearly he could do the work. Like, that's no problem.
So Zach didn't initially, again, it was just because Zach is so good at casting, things just ended up falling into place. And eventually that would have fell into place. So when I was seeing all that, I hate being that guy. Maybe I do love being that guy. I don't know. I'm just going, well, let's get the facts out there. And that's what happened. But at the same time, I love it. I love what Zach, I could listen to that man talk about filmmaking and casting and him talking about actors all the time. But